quadruple charge. To me, next season we can win the quadruple. People might not laugh because the quadruple. Absolutely, listen. And the reason why I say that is because for Leicester to win the league, that means anything can happen.
Trophies are Arsenal going to win this season, and which ones?
We're going to win 2. We're going to win the FA Cup and the Premier League.
Up the Gunners!
Dominant in the Premier League, and the FA Cup we always seem to win.
The best team in England. We're in the league, we're in the Champions League, we're in the FA Cup, and whatever the Milk Cup's called these days. We're going to do a lot, we're going to do all 4 of them, pals. At least 2.
I think that Arsenal is going to do well in the Champions League. In the Champions League and the Premier League. This is the time to go to get a trophy.
They will win the Champions League, the Premier League, and the FA Cup.
We're going to win them all, mate. Every single one of them. Champions League, Premier League, League Cup, FA Cup. Done. FA Cup, Premier League, and Champions League. And why? Best team in the land.
For all you Ladbroke fans and everybody else who support the Arsenal, we're not in the mix anymore. We are sailing across with something special this year.
Welcome back, familiar to Northside LD, and we're with an amazing panel. I can't lie, amazing panel, and big up to all of you lot. Jez, how you doing, mate? How you feeling?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm just hoping. And by the way, thank you for coming. It's been ages since I've been on here with you, North. So thanks for inviting us on. Yeah, I mean, I just hope tomorrow against Tottenham is not going to be like it was against Wolves. As those people in your intro video there, ultra positive. I think we'll beat Tottenham. I think we're too good for them. It just depends really whether this manager can actually get it over the line. But we got to win that one. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. This, to me, Arsenal, Tottenham, Arsenal. This is the one. I know they're not our biggest rivals in competition, but it's tribal now. This is tribal, right? And tomorrow is going to be a one hell of a battle because they're going to be up for it. They're going to want to put the nail in the coffin. They're going to shout us down. And yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm already getting butterflies for this one. I love the North London derby. These 2 games for me are just something different, and we got to get the win, boys. That's it. We got to get the win.
No, 100%, man. Big up Jez. Jez's link to his channel is in the title. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. Big up Jez for giving up your time. Shane, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. I was just watching the Villa game. They're after slipping up with a draw. They didn't look right in the first half. Threw the kitchen sink at the second half, but didn't see it out. And obviously City tonight, I do think they'll win, but I'm praying they don't because the only hope I've been getting this season is when they slip up, which isn't right to me. But I don't share Jez's confidence for the match tomorrow. I have a bad feeling. Bad feeling. I wouldn't be surprised if we won at all. I wouldn't be surprised if we won, but I just have a bad feeling. I'm looking at the players the last month or 2, and they're just dead on their feet, all of them. And I think it's only going to get worse. We could easily go and get a 2-0 win or a 3-0 win, no problem. But in my gut, I just have a bad feeling about it. But I'm praying I'm wrong because anything less than a win will be absolutely disastrous.
Mm-hmm. Now, I hear that, man. Big shame, man.
That down. You know, you got to support the team, mate. You got to support.
Oh, no, yeah, you're not allowed to have a bad feeling.
You got to support the manager, man. And that's what we've been told. You know, the big man names out there tell us we got to support the manager. Like, fuck off. But there you go.
That's it, man. Can't be toxic and negative, even though everyone's turning. It's mad how things change in a couple of weeks. But big up to Shane, man. Link to Shane's channel is in the description as well as in the title. So make sure you're subscribing to both Shane and Jez. And big up again as well for your time. Kenny Ken, been a while as well, man, since you've been on the channel. Big up to you. Shout out your Instagram. And how you feeling, bro?
Thanks for having me on. It's been a long time. I'm glad I'm on. Yeah, as I said before, it's my Instagram's at KennyKen1972, and it's a massive game, the biggest game of our calendar. You know, I don't consider any other team as my rivals except for this team, Spurs. You know, we're in competition with other teams, but it's Tottenham's the game I want to win the most.
Yeah.
And it's it's a white hot atmosphere. You know, both fans I speak to are very pessimistic about their own club. Spurs are extremely pessimistic, but where to go because it's us. And I've never seen so many fans of both sides of the coin be so down and so despondent about their team. What a different week makes. People were told, to get on a bike, but I think even the most positive fans are really, really down in the dumps. That Wolves result basically brought home a lot of home truths about us and brought home a lot of possibilities of how the season may end. And every Arsenal fan is petrified of what they believe is probably inevitable.
Yeah.
No, I hear that, man. I hear that. Listen, big up to Kenny. Make sure you're following his Instagram. Big up to everyone on the panel. And listen, I'm going to do too much talking. I want to listen to you guys. Got a lot more years in the game. You've been here. You've seen this. You've done it already. And I want to do it an open panel. You know what I mean? And let's just have a discussion. A lot of us here, and I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, but we have been talking about our style of play and the fact that we have not looked very convincing this season. A lot of this fan base have been celebrating draws against Sunderland and against Chelsea, saying it's a good point. For me, I just feel like there's the other side of the fan base that don't hold up to their standards. If you're going to celebrate draws against Chelsea and Sunderland, why are they not celebrating draws against Liverpool, Nottingham Forest and Wolves? We have stuck to it and said too many draws will be our demise. Too many draws and not killing off teams, especially when we went out there and got the striker that, let's say, the majority of the fan base wanted, Gyökeres. There's a reason why we brought him in for the goals, and we consistently see Jesus having more opportunities. Havertz, when he plays there, have more opportunities. Moreno have more opportunities than the actual gunman that we brought in, because we deemed Moreno, Havertz, and Jesus not killers in front of goal. Now, how do you guys see it? And let's just have an open panel, and everyone obviously will let each other speak. How do you guys see where this season's going? Are you shocked? Are you not shocked? Do you think maybe I'm being, which is fine, maybe I'm being reactionary? Am I being too much? Am I being negative? How do you guys see what's going on right now?
Do you know what it is, North? It's not negative. It's look, at the start of the season in the summer, when we're making predictions that the injuries will catch up on us, or that he won't get the best out of Eze, or he won't get the best out of Gyökeres, we always say it and we mean it, that we want to be proved wrong, right? We want to be proved wrong. We're not going into their chats going, hold that, I told you. Because when Arsenal lose, we hurt a lot. It's why we get so upset, and it's why we demand more, because we don't like that feeling. And I've always said it about us, and if you want to call them top gooners, whatever, they hold other clubs to higher standards than they hold our club, and we hold our club to higher standards than we do other clubs. It's the same. I always say it's like your family. You want your kids to be mannerly. You have to keep on them. You have to make sure that they learn the best way. You have to teach them how to be safe in life. Other people's families, look, it's not my concern. But these fans will go on about, well, they'll look at Liverpool and say, well, he's not world class, he's not world class, and he's not world class. They hold them to high standards. Then they look at our team and call everybody world class, like teenagers. And that's the problem. When you keep saying that everything's perfect, it's going to blow up in your face. Now, I had us finishing fourth this season, and I think if the other teams hadn't all fallen away, we would be struggling to get fourth. That's the form we've been in. So many draws, and the other teams would have been better. We've been really, really poor this season. And even when we were winning, going through, I think the most we've won in a row in the league is 5, right? We were saying it's not good enough. And they're saying, but we're winning. We're saying it's not going to last. It cannot last. You can't play like this and not get found out. And every team now over the last 7 games that plays us just has to look at the template. Watch the video of all 7 games, including the wins, even the Leeds game. There's a way to get at us. And it's there for everybody to see. And our players look like, in the Wolves game, to me, they look like when you see a country go out of the World Cup in whatever stage, quarterfinal, semi-final, or even the final, and they're all dead on their feet. We look like that. We look like we're at that stage where we've played a whole season and a World Cup. They're all dead on their feet, every last one of them. The only couple that are fit, the likes of Eze, Lewis Skelly, don't get a game. This guy's man management, everything is getting called into question. The only problem is that it's always too late. These people only react when it's too late. It's why I always say, and I keep repeating it, they always want to patch up the boat when it's already sunk. Where we're trying to patch it up beforehand, saying, well, that's not good enough. We'll get cut out next time. No, it's perfect. They had to wait for 2 years for Arteta to drop Odegaard before they could start badmouthing him. They had to wait. It's like they had to get permission to question him. And the second he drops him, he's terrible. Get rid of him. He slows it down. All the stuff we've been saying. And you're looking at them going, we've been saying it for 2 years. It's like they have to defend him. You've probably seen that thing, that the clip I had with Christian, where at the start of the season, I'm on with Kenny and Christian. And I'm telling them that we throw away leads too much. We always sit back. We always sit back and we get a lead. No, never happened. You see him then on AFTV a week ago. Oh, word for word what I was saying. And it's like, oh, it's okay to say it now. They never want to admit it at the time. And the problem is that we can't get the best out of forwards. Our midfielders are dead on their feet. These stats are coming out that we all knew when we were told, oh, we're getting a big squad now. We're going to get a big squad, so he'll rotate. You tell them in the summer, he still won't. It won't matter who we get. He won't rotate. He's had big squads before. He won't do it. Now I'm getting told by Tom Canton, oh, the problem is the squad's too big. He needs a small squad. Make up your mind. Like, oh, he's rotating too much. He's not rotating. Zubamendi, 2,100 and whatever minutes in the league. Norgard, 33. His replacement, 33 minutes in the league. 28 games. The same with Ben White, 400 and something minutes. Timber, 2,000 whatever. Rice, 2,000 whatever. And now the problem is they're all... The point that Rice and Zubamendi and all are at in Timber is a couple of games rest won't do it for them. They need like a month off now because you've just flogged them into the ground. And he does it every single year. So no, we're not negative. We're just saying that these things will happen. And when they start happening, everyone else runs scared and, oh, well, I'll support the club when the manager's gone and all. No, stop. Yous have all kept him in a job. And I'll finish on this, and I say it quite often. If these people that put up for him throughout this tenure had stood with us in 21-22 when this guy should have been sacked after the first 3 games when he let in 9 and we didn't score and we were all going, that's it, get rid of him. We would have gotten rid of him. If they had stood with us, we would have gotten rid of him, got in a top-class manager and given him $1 billion and a golden generation of youngsters. And I guarantee you, there's one thing you can be sure of. He couldn't have done any worse, whoever it was, because he couldn't possibly do worse because we won nothing. So there's blood on their hands with the injuries. There's blood on their hands with the fact that we're throwing this away. And I've said it all through the season. I've never wavered. We're not winning anything under this guy this season. I don't care what we're in. We're not winning anything. And I'm sick and tired of them. I'm sick and tired of them now coming out of the shadows going, oh, well, maybe Odegaard's not to get out of here. We've had plenty of time to stand up to this guy. And now we've got an absolute maniac in charge who's coming out with press conferences making ridiculous claims. We'll see it happen. We could get a win tomorrow. But the 2 losses and the draws that will come in a row will happen at some point over the next few games. Whether it starts now or we're in the process of it at the moment. We'll get little wins here and there, but we ain't winning jack shit under this guy. And the sooner he's gone, the better. Sorry.
Fact, mate. I mean, I find it laughable that we've been calling this. I mean, it just sums up, guys. We don't know anything about football. We've been told this by so many people. We've never watched football in our lives, yet we've been calling this out, right? That this is going to go to rat shit. And it all of a sudden, all these positive fans on YouTube, big channels are now starting to bullshit and talk, oh, well, it's not going well. Oh, that draw against Wolves was a shit show and everything. Yeah. But you're the ones that said when we drew against teams it's okay because we're top of the league. And now all of a sudden it's all panic. Calm down, because you lot are going to get caught right out, because at the end of the day, this manager is not good enough. Shane, you just summed it up. We've got players out there, right, that are running around at 60% of what they could do. They're knackered. They're broken. We got a player in Saka, not the player he was 2 years ago. Nowhere near he is. Yeah, he had a good game in that 10 slot. What did he do the other night? Disappeared. Scored a goal. Nice little stinky goal. Disappeared. Didn't see him again. What the fuck are we doing here? Our defence is breaking down. I mean, I'm sorry, but I have to blame Raya.
Yep.
For that. I mean, there was no communication there. Gabriel had that covered. absolutely no need for Ray to get involved with that one. He was going to nut it out or control the ball and clear it. He comes in, round his ear rolls, and tries to grab the ball. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. No quality defence does that. And the fact is now people are trying into meltdown that it's all going wrong. Well, we've been telling you, this manager is not the level. He has been winging it now for 6 bloody years. Oh, but he won an FA Cup. Yippee fucking do. I love the FA Cup.
Before he had total control, Jez, he won an FA Cup.
True.
When he still had players that could take the game by the scruff of the neck. Because we were saying, to me and Jez, we were talking about it on my panel the other night, in that game when it goes 2-1, there was half an hour left against Wolves. If you have an Aubameyang or a Guendouzi or an Emi Martinez or something, they tell the team to push forward and score. They ignore the manager. And they go, no, we need to get a third. But we have a load of yes men that are looking at the bench. What do I do? What do I do? They don't know what to do. You need these players. And yes, Aubameyang might go into the dressing room after and flip off the manager or something, but that comes with it. That comes with having these players. You need them. That's what makes them great. I'm sick and tired of people saying, oh, we have the leaders now. No, we don't. Like Jez said, if that's Donnarumma or if that's Schmeichel or Seaman or one of those keepers, they either don't come for the ball because they read it. And if they do, they make sure as shit that they claim it, catch it. They clean out their own defender. Doesn't matter. They'll catch the ball and then they'll help the defender up and he'll rub his head and go, cheers for that, mate. You know what I mean? But no, indecisive. And they make the same mistake against Sunderland. Same mistake against Sunderland. They don't learn because the manager doesn't learn. Sorry to cut across you, just.
No, it's the same old, same old. This seems to be a trait with Arsenal, and I'm going to go back in time in the fact that under Wenger we used to do this. Come February, we'd all fall apart. How many times, guys, have we seen this happen? Right, even with Wenger's days when we were playing some beautiful football. Right, come February, it all goes wrong. I don't know why. This is the Arsenal way. We did it under George Graham. Come February, it falls apart. Yeah, or into March. I mean, that great season, 1989. Yeah, we were cruising it. All right, Liverpool hadn't played for a few weeks because of the tragedy at Hillsborough. But they came back into it, caught us up, and it went down to the wire at Anfield. You should have walked that long before that. Long time before. But no, we didn't. And here we are again with a worse manager, probably the worst manager I've ever seen at Arsenal.
I think he's our worst ever manager
in my lifetime. I mean, Terry Neal wasn't great, but he got the full fucking cup finals
on a shoestring
budget.
Right,
he won one of them, yeah, but he got us there under his tenureship. And since then, what have we done? Apart from, Wenger came in, changed the game around, changed the club. Oh no, this is the greatest Messiah we've ever had. People telling me he's the greatest Arsenal manager. He ain't won fuck all. He's won an FA Cup. Oh well, he won a couple of Community Shields. Means nothing. At the end of the day, this manager is not good enough, and he's proven it once again. His narcissistic way of treating the players, treating the setup. Do you know? Before I shut up, let Kenny, right? I reckon, this is my own opinion, I've no proof, I've no evidence. I reckon these players are absolutely fed up with this manager. And I think you've seen comments from Declan Rice. He's not happy. He's having arguments with Pod Albert in the tunnel. Yeah, I think this club are thinking, fucking fed up with listening to you, mate. Fed up with your tactics. Fed up with your boring way you want to play. It's not go out and win. It's go out and don't lose.
Yep.
Not good enough. Not the standards of Arsenal Football Club. We have gone so far down now that people say to me, oh, but we're top of the league. We've been there before under this manager and thrown it away. And I swear down, if we lose tomorrow, I don't think we will, personally. I think we're too much for Tottenham. But they've got a new manager bounce. Excuse me. I think we'll have enough to actually get it over the line. I think it'll be a tight game. It's not going to be a lot of 5-0, but I think we'll just have just enough to get it over the line. But if we don't, I will have the biggest bloody meltdown on YouTube probably I've ever done, because this is an absolute shambles now. Absolute shambles. Draw into Wolverhampton Wanderers. Come on, man. And then you got people like Uncle Fester telling me we didn't adapt to the weather. Excuse me, it's the same for both bloody teams, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously? You know, I mean, come on. Excuse after excuse. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. Let Kenny.
I think basically what's happened is that we've never heeded our warnings. Like, we've had so many false storms, but the actual problem started for us since the Sunderland game, because that's when everything that we held sacred, well, some of our fans held sacred, is that we always had the, you know, like I said, the tight defence to fall back on. We always had our shape to fall back on. You know, teams were frightened of us. Teams couldn't overload us. And Sunderland did all three things. They got in our faces, they're physical, especially their forwards. Midfield, they gave us a bit. They kept the ball pretty well when they needed to. And they were organised. And let's face it, they got the last-minute goal. Who knows? We could have fluked it. But they gave us a run around, and we've never heeded that warning since then. What we've had is so many. We've had the Tottenham game, a full storm. Then we had Chelsea, which drew with 9 men. That was another warning sign. Didn't need it. And then after Chelsea, got Villa. You would have thought we've heeded that warning sign. No. And after that, we're just scraping through. Scraped through against Wolves, scraped through against Everton. Brighton scraped through again, even though we're 2-0 up. And then the Villa game setting off was one of the biggest false storms ever.
Yep.
We fell hook, line, and sinker for that. But Bournemouth game where it could have gone either way, but we always that one step ahead of them. The Liverpool, you think that we would heed that warning. It's Liverpool, not the Forest, and Man United. But because we beat Leeds and beat Sunderland, we've got this kind of, it's going to be all right in the end. Oh, B's positive, blah, blah. They don't get it. I always say in football, if you get into bad habits when you're winning, that will transcend into the future matches. That those wins, narrow wins, turn into draws, and then eventually you get your defeats, and that's what's happened. 10 points out of 21. People say, is this a title race? No, it's not. Jameson Cundy had this right. He had this right when he said it isn't a title race. It's a case of no one could be bothered to win the league. That it is said does worse to the effect, and it's just a case of Arsenal just keep on dropping points, and City are just there, but they're not actually made that push for the title. It shouldn't be even this close, because, as you said, in '89 we made it a close title race because we dropped points. 07, 08, which we were so far ahead, and then Burnham happened, and that was it. The wheels came off. And I think it's the same with this team. In terms of like the personnel, too many players are coming through injury. Too many players look like they needed a few games to get into it. But the thing is, you can do that with a couple of players. When it's half your squad, you've got a problem. That's one of the reasons why we're not able to hold teams back in the second half. When teams do come at us, put us under pressure, physically, we can't deal with it. We just can't. And, you know, tomorrow's going to be no different. We always call Spurs, I always call Spurs second half Spurs. They go down on a couple of guys, and then they put on a grandstand finish the second half. We won't be able to cope with it if they put it on us like that, especially with our players. And even the subs come on and they don't know what they're doing. You know, my brother and a good friend of mine, another good friend of mine said, you know what? This team doesn't need another voice, irrespective of whether we win anything or not. I think this has got to be the manager's last season. It's not for the obvious reasons that he's just not up to it. Personally, I think he will walk anyway because of the pressure.
He's going to go soon as well, yeah.
The pressures that, you know, to win. And let's face it, this is not a process no more. It was never a process. It stopped being a process for me in 22, 23. But if we want to play along, when everything's in place, the sporting director, the players we've got, and we spent a shed load of money, this should be the situation where we collect, not go through a process. But the fact we're going for a process is an indictment as manager. We learned nothing from last season. We learnt nothing from player management and health, and we learnt nothing from improvement. Everyone compares 20 this season to 2 years ago, and I said that the reason why the results are not as similar as they were 2 years ago, even though the points maybe, is because all those 2 years ago we had Partey playing well, setting up.
Yeah.
Declan Rice was playing well. Saka was playing well. Odegaard was playing well. Martinelli was in and about, and Havertz were playing well. 2 years later, those players, one player's got the Villarreal, the others haven't met the high standards. The fact is that Declan Rice can scream and shout and let it all out as much as he likes. But the fact is, he's part of the problem. He weren't great against Brentford. And he certainly weren't great against Wolverhampton.
He hasn't been since Christmas, Kenny. He's been off it since Christmas.
Yeah, but you know what? We've got to be consistent here because we're giving Odegaard 6 of the best on a regular basis. We're even putting him in detention and giving him the lines as well. But the fact is, Declan Rice's performance is no better. But he's been given credit in the bank for what? What? Because he's scored a couple of free kicks against Real. The fact is, this is a team effort, and it's part of the problem. You can scream and shout for the cameras, but you're part of this problem. You're part of that midfield that got overrun by Wolves. You're part of that midfield that got overrun by Brentford. It's 1-11. None of the team came out of credit against Wolves. Maybe the goal scorers got a bit of credit because they scored. But that's where the scales are falling out of everyone's eyes, the Wolves result. No one's ever going to forget that. The fact you're 2-0 up, you're treating the game like a testimonial. We saw the warning signs. We were screaming and shouting at TV, said, come on, up it, up it, up it. Don't let them back in it. How many people thought that when Bueno got their first, that we were going to concede a second? I did. No one should be surprised that Wolves got a second. The only reason why people were surprised it happened in injury time. But what was happening before that? How many second balls did they win? How much pressure do we invite? Didn't score the goal by fluke. Yeah, you could say it was a rare mistake, but hang on here. We invite the pressure in the first place. That's where we should be angry with. We shouldn't have let them back in the game. They deserved that point. It wasn't because they didn't get the point because Ryan messed up. They got the point because they deserved it. They earned it.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. And do you know what it is, Kenny, with it as well? Is that when we were doing match reactions, I was so furious that I got a bit caught up and I said, when did they get the goal back? Was it like the 70th minute? And someone said the 63rd minute. And I went, 63rd minute. And his idea was to sit back for half an hour away to the 20th place team. And this is the basics of tactics that he doesn't get. They brought on your man up front. He's 6'6" or 6'7". I think he's 6'7". But instead of pushing our defensive line up to the halfway line and closing down their keeper so he can't play long balls, he let the keeper have space, moved our defensive line back to our box. So when they play it long and he wins a header, which he was winning a load of them, it's going to bounce in and around the box. And every time he took it down, he just played it out to Timber's side because Timber was dead on his feet. And he still didn't bring Ben White on. People saying, why didn't he bring Ben White on? I said, because I promise you he's still injured. He just put him on the bench to cover for the injury that he got in the previous game. These are basic things. And he has the gall to come out then in the press conference and say, what we always do is we attack straight after scoring. No. For 2 or 3 years now, every time we score, I've been through it a million times, there's a 10-minute period where you lock up because you're still scarred from 2 or 3 years ago. And when your manager can't get the basics of rotation, the basics of in-game management, the basics of man management, what are we doing here? Like, really, he hasn't learned anything in my eyes. I see the same manager that walked in here 7 years ago. When I look at him, I just see the same manager. He's just got better players. And even then, some of them aren't better. But for me, that Wolves game was everything you needed to know about this guy, all wrapped into one. Terrible subs, terrible in-game management, terrible tactics, no balls. Everything you need to know is about him there. And it's only going to get worse for me as the season goes on because the players that he's flogging can't do it anymore. And it's disastrous.
Do you actually, for me, I think this manager now is under such intense pressure.
Yep.
That the vultures are circling and they're getting lower and they're lower and they're getting lower.
Well, he's
Because
getting asked tough questions for the first time, Jez, in press conferences. Not many, but he's getting a couple. He's getting a couple which he never got before.
And the fact that the, supposed, I mean, I don't like using the term, but I will, top gooners. Right? They're now starting to turn in their coffins because they know they're spouting all this bullshit, all this talk. I mean, as I said, backstream, that American lady who, likes to purport that she knows about football, knows about Arsenal and talks absolute drivel. She's starting to turn now. So the point I'm trying to make here, right, if these top gooners, right, and their followers are starting to turn, right, then where are they going to come back and say, well, we supported the manager, but it didn't work out. So are you actually going to believe in what you actually say? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people, if they follow these complete idiots, like our Canadian friend, who's the only one I think at the moment who's actually holding true to his belief that this is the best.
He doesn't believe it though, Jez.
I know that, Shane.
Yeah.
But the fact remains, he's sticking to his guns, whereas a lot of them are starting to turn.
But they're laying the groundwork though, Jez, for flipping. They're laying the groundwork, like Canton was saying. Well, he said what we always say when people say, "Why didn't you back the manager?" And we go, "We support the club. The club will be here when the manager's gone. We'll be here when the players are gone. We'll be here." He started all that now. I'll be here when the manager's gone, and I'll be here. Hang on a second now, because you guys are Arteta FC. They do back the manager, not the team at this point. And they're just trying to backtrack now. You have Christian. Oh, I never saw. When I said we were the best team in Europe, it was months ago when I meant it at the time. You said it to me a week ago, mate. A week ago. I have the receipts. A week ago.
Yeah. Well, I warned them. I've been on shows with all of them. I've been on shows with Positive Dan. I've told Christian all of them. I've said it to their faces as well because I see them at matches that if it goes pear-shaped this season, you lot will have no lead in your pencil. You have no energy in your legs. You have no strength in your core. It will finish you lot off, regardless of who else. And it's you don't want to be friends with us or have to be friends with us. This will hurt you badly because there really isn't a process, and they weren't prepared for that. Oh yeah, but that's the thing. The people are genuinely scared at the prospect and generally accepting. The fact is that Man City win tomorrow, and somehow we lose to Spurs or get a point. Their game in hand, they win their game against Crystal Palace, and I think they're going to win in their game in Crystal Palace because their manager is basically got a sign on the back of his back, basically saying, "Please sack me, please sack me, please give me my severance pay." He's determined to get sacked, that man. So they win that game in hand. They're neck and neck with us now. And then it's the 6 point in the Etihad. Now, in between those games in the Etihad, we got Brighton, just won at Brentford, a team we struggled to beat, by the way.
Always.
Then you've got Chelsea. They drew, but they were down at 10 men because Fofana decided to have a moment that I think Romero would have been proud of. But they got enough squads, so they'll come back. And then we've got Brighton. So those three games, these three games will be critical. Now, you and I know we're not winning all three of those games. No. It's not going to happen. We wouldn't be surprised out of those 9 points. We're only going to get back 3 or 4 if we're lucky. We all know this. We're prepared for 3 draws, or a win, a draw, and a defeat. We're prepared for it because that's how the team is playing. That's how it's built.
But it's been a while though, Kenny. It's not just the last 2 games. It's been a long time.
Because we never heeded the warning.
Yeah.
It's not up to the fans, it's the players. We were looking tired even before then. This calendar that we've got, especially from October onwards, November to January, I cited all those games, and I said we're not going to have an ounce of rest. That was after Sunderland. And
sorry, Kenny, to go across you, but City have the same calendar. But their manager has managed their
Yeah,
players. He's managed his players.
but what does City have? All right, if you City have something we don't have, 2 adequate first 11s. This myth that our second 11s. Do me a favour.
Yeah, but Kenny, even with his 11s, I'm sorry to keep going across you, but he changes them around most games. He always takes 2 players out. We play the same 11 until they drop.
Yeah, you know why? Because simple reason, right, is that he's already did it. He did his groundwork last January. He bought in January for next season, and then what's happened when he realised that his players running empty and that players they're working at Haaland and working at Doku, he would have got Semenyo. And then he went and got Gahey because Ake and all the rest of them got injured. He sold Akanji to Internazionale. He went and got them. So basically now he's freshening it up. And Semenyo's always going to do well at Man City because they play attacking football. All these people go, oh, if only we got Semenyo. I'll tell you now, I don't care what anyone says. If Semenyo comes to Arsenal, he will not flourish in his team because this man's tactics and this man's approach. I was on a show and I was in shock when he got Eze. I went aghast. I was shocked. What are we doing? What are we getting in for? When we got a manager that doesn't allow him to play creative football. And then the Gyökeres thing was wrong from day one. You can't spend 2 years, like basically pinpointing a player, watching him for 2 years, thinking that player, or in your mind knowing that player was going to fit into the way you played. You imagined and worked a style around that player, and then you go and get Gyökeres at the 11th hour because all the fans wanted him. That was mad. That was mad. You know how we play. You know Saka's the main man. You know Martinelli's a goal scorer. You know no crosses ever went in the first place, and yet we thought we were going to work. I didn't. I'm not having a go.
What it is, though, Kenny? When Berta was at Atletico, if you look at the strikers that he signed with Simeone, they were an array of different types: small, tall, false nine, target man, all this. Whenever he got them for him, he did just his tactics to get the best out of them.
But you think with Berta is not the coach.
But he must have. He couldn't have believed that the man would be that stubborn.
Or I hear what you're saying, Shane. But did Simeone go to Berta and said, "Oh yeah, by the way, mate, did they sit down and do the tactics? Was he in the coaching?
No. But my point is that no matter what striker he gave Simeone, he still got a song out of him, no matter what type of striker it was.
Yeah, but you understand, this manager should have put his nuts on the table, grown a pair, and said, "Look, I don't want him." And then, because at the end of the day, I say now, I don't want to be the one who's the most unpopular one. I don't want to keep on being the guy that says Father Christmas exists. I don't want to be the guy who says the Tooth Fairy doesn't exist, and I was want to put the fiver. But it was never gonna work with Gyökeres. I don't know why people think it's going to work even now. He was all wrong for Arsenal. He's not his fault. He's all wrong for Arsenal.
But that's what we said. He'd be lucky to get 15.
We never needed a strike in the first place. All we needed was for Kluivert to bloody stop being a dog that needs to do a few poo drops before he scores. That's all we needed. But we got a striker, and what's happened? He can't flourish. He gets substituted on every hour of the game, and then so when the defense gets knackered, he can't get that last minute goal because the manager thinks he's shit, and he takes him off.
But just getting on the Man City getting in Semenyo and Gahey. The Gahey one they had to get because both centre backs were out. I understand that, but even before that, Pep every season, because he's an experienced, seasoned coach, he's still rotating from the second game on. This is my point, that people were telling me about squad depth and we have a player for every position. And look at our B team, that could finish 6th in the league and all. It doesn't matter if he never rotates them out. Like we said at the start, if you look at that graphic of 33 minutes in the league for Norgard and 2,000 whatever for Zubimendi, didn't have to play every game. Why are we going with 2 defensive midfielders every game? Why are we going with 2? These are the things that he doesn't learn. And Pep came out and did something either yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that I've never seen our manager do. He took full responsibility for rushing Rodri back. He said, I rushed him back. That's on me. I brought him back too early. Now I won't. But since then, he's edged him back in. And what he does is he throws in Nico Riley in beside him, says, you've got the legs, you protect him for now. And then in a couple of games, I'm sure he'll go, I don't need you to do that anymore. He can do it on his own. Where our manager, it's just the same players, the same system. And, Timber doesn't have to play every single game. He doesn't. Why? This is the problem. And it doesn't matter what size squad you have. We could have 30 players. He will play the same 11. And then when one drops, he throws someone in cold. Then they drop. And then he rushes the player back. And we have 5 players that careers, I genuinely believe, is shortened in Havertz. Timber will get there. Ben White. Tommy Asu's gone. Zinchenko's career is ruined. He's 3 minutes into his debut with Ajax. He drops. There's so many of them. Saka, he's done him in. And it's all over the same thing. And my issue is that he never learns. And when we're sitting there in the summer talking to these people and they're saying, oh, well, he'll change his tactics for Gyökeres. And I'm going, no, he won't. He won't change his tactics for him. Oh, he will. He'll change his tactics. No, he won't. And then when I was on the roundabout, they said, how many goals do you think Gyökeres will get? And I said, he'll be lucky to get 15. And they went, oh, you're so negative. I said, he's not going to change his tactics for him. And then, oh, we got Eze. I said, well, you won't see the Crystal Palace Eze. You won't see him. You'll see a restricted Eze. There's no point getting him. And people were saying, oh, he's giving him rope to hang himself and all that with Berta. I think Berta genuinely underestimated just how stubborn this man is. I think he would have known he was stubborn, but I don't think he would have thought, if I buy him Eze, he's just going to not play him for 10 games because he didn't track back once against Villa. It's that far gone with him. And I think Berta's sitting there just going, what have I signed up for? What have I signed up for? Because every player I give you, you do nothing with them. Absolutely nothing with them. And even the ones that it's clear out how to want it, he's doing it to them.
Shane, that could backfire. I don't think Berta is here just for that. This is my opinion. Right. I think he's there for a bigger reason, and partly to improve the squad, to bring players in, because he's got a good track record. But I think he's sitting there. Yeah, he's like the big spider sat in the corner waiting to catch that fly. Yeah, and he's watching what's going on. Josh Kroenke will be, I would think, he'll be at that game tomorrow. And let's put it right. Yeah. Josh Kroenke brought Berta in. And Berta will be reporting back. I mean, you can't say that they don't communicate. Because any top flight management team in whatever business you are in, and let's not get it wrong, the fact that the Kroenkes are very, very, very rich people. And they're not going to invest all this money for no bloody good reason. I think right now, start of the season, it was the statement from Josh Kroenke, this season we must win trophies. He came out of it. He said it, right? So I'm thinking, okay, fair enough. You've got a management team there now, in Berta and the rest. He's out. I mean, I'm pretty certain he got rid of Edu. I think it was pressure from Josh Kroenke. He said, look, you ain't doing the job, mate. S off. Get out of it. Yeah. And he walked. And we know there was a little bit of discontent between Edu and Arteta. Never got the true story. Never got the true story. But he went out the door and he did make a comment. You will find out the truth. Is this it? Are we now finding out the truth? Because
but you know what is, Jess, though?
Go on, man.
You know what it is, guys? Everyone we speak to, Arsenal fans and obviously our opposition fans and the pundits, professional pundits, they think we've got the best squad in the country and that we've got this deep squad. There's only one person who disagrees with that, Mick Arteta. He can't, there's no way he feels that he's got a squad that he wants, because if he had the squad that he wants, these players that like Gabriel Magalhaes wouldn't be running the ground, especially after he got in him. Calafiori would be running the ground. Timber blatantly been running the ground. We know what's happened with Declan. Zubimendi has played every game, but you get the feeling the way he plays and the environment he has in games, he's going to have that to be able to pace himself, and he's got that license to use that to pace himself and learn the job. Eze is fresh because he hardly ever plays since Aston Villa. But you think about it, Norgard, we're quite happy with that business. Well, he's played 32 minutes of football in the league. So that can't be an example of a deep squad member if he's only got 32 minutes. We know what's happened with Benjamin White. In and out, not fit. And look at Skelly. He hasn't even pushed Hincapié and Calafiori for a place. So we were gonna try him last week against Wigan in the midfield, but we didn't because of the warm up. By the way, the guy that got injured in the warm up was didn't look too injured to me when he came on against Wolves. Just saying.
Yeah.
No, this myth about a deep squad just makes me laugh because the manager doesn't change anything. He don't change personnel.
Sorry, Kenny. Do you think it will be a deep squad to a different manager though?
Of course, without a shadow of doubt, Unai Emery would kill for that squad.
I'd love it. He'd love it. He'd love it.
Slot would kill for that squad, and Pep would just think lovely jubbly.
So can this manager have a deep squad? Will he ever trust 22 players? No, I don't think he will. You see, that's my thing. I don't think he'll give him any 22 players.
I always say there's the gap between between our first team and the second team tactically is so wide because of the manager. Because everyone says the manager's a micromanager. He's a manager. We should really have leaders. Yeah, we should, because we haven't changed the way we play for a while. We haven't changed the values he calls. We haven't changed, the way we play off the ball. So these players don't need him. They should be able to. They should be able to know what's required, game by game. They better be able to work out themselves. The bench should make itself. But for some reason, he's dictating everything. You should just sit down and shut up. Let them get on with it. They should be, when you're on the field of playing, you on the field dictate how we play. Not the manager. You do it because you can tell, because of your experience, when the opposition are getting at you, when the opposition are on its knees, and when you can get bodies forward. You just look in the eye. You just look at, physically when they can't do it. You look at their subs bench, think, well, he's not going to come and hurt us, so we can force it. We don't need him to do that. Declan Rice has got experience. Gabriel Magalhães got experience. A lot of these players have got experience. You work out in the old days, right? At Liverpool, with the boot room, they never had in-game tactics. Ronnie Moran, Joe Fagan, and Bob Paisley basically used to swear at players and say, "Don't effing ask me how to play football. We brought you here because work out yourselves." Yeah. Arsene Wenger, to the day he left the club, didn't do any tactics. He made them work out themselves. You know what I mean? But now, players have an excuse to be told what to do because of blackboard managers and people like Pep.
Gone so far, though, Kenny. Remember the Forest game, not the most recent one, the previous one, when Declan Rice had a free kick in the 95th minute, and he had to turn around to know whether to lump it in or to whip it in. It's outrageous, like these guys, and then you expect them to make on-field decisions. Like I said, if you have an Aubameyang or a Guendouzi in that game, when Wolves score 1 and make it 2-1, they have the sense to go, we need to push forward, and they just push forward naturally. There's no one, and this is the problem. He has made sure he got rid of all those players. The problem is that you end up, if you have a team of nice men, you finish second. That's just the way it is. You need some assholes in there. You need a few assholes to kick up a fuss or to even stand up to the manager. Jez was saying it the other day, the famous Tony Adams in the tunnel with Lee Dixon's first North London derby, and George Graham had been giving his tactics out and stuff like that, and Tony Adams pinned him up against the wall. Tunnel, you listen to me now. We don't lose this. If we go out, you do whatever it takes. And he took control. And you know what? George Graham probably knew he did that. Didn't care. He knew that's what he wants. That's what you want from your players. There's rumours out now that the players held a meeting after the Wolves game with no manager there. There's no way that happened. There is no way on earth that Mikel Arteta is letting those players sit around without him. I'd say he was sitting right in the middle and saying, pretend I'm not here, guys. You know what I mean? There's no way that he is letting those players have a meeting without him. And that's the problem. He is so in control. And Declan Rice is coming out and saying it. He controls everything we do. That's the problem then, because when it goes wrong, and you're a bunch of babies on the pitch, and you turn around to your babysitter and he's scared, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? What is going to happen? Remember when you were a kid and your parents are scared of something, you're terrified. Why are my parents scared? They're meant to protect me. That's what it's like with these players.
I've got a question for you. This is just suddenly coming to my peanut brain, right? Yeah. Is the fact of that, do you think that we all know he's a narcissist, he's arrogant, and the manager, and it's his way or the highway. Do you think, I just suddenly thought about this, maybe it's taken me too long, but when players do what they want to do on the park, right, and like as they scored a hat-trick against Tottenham, Hello. You know, what happened? He was dropped.
Last game he started in the 10 for 10 games.
He was dropped. Now, do you actually think? I don't know. This could be a mad comment. I'll be interested to see what everybody thinks. If you go against what Arteta says as a player, he gets yumped with you. Probably gives you a bonking in the change room.
Even if it works, Jess.
And then you get. I mean, what the hell happened with the young players that he brought in? Right? Maybe they pissed him off and they said, "And wary, great talent, great prospect." Now
That's
he's
what happened, Jez.
Marseille, and he's going to no, you went against what I said, so you can fuck off.
The that he relies on would never come through under him. The opportunity that Unai Emery gave Saka would have never been given under Arteta, and we can see that through the way that Ethan and Dalman have been treated. Even Skelly. This manager's come out here and said Skelly's best position is in the midfield. He said that in a press conference this season.
There's no room for Miles in the team. The midfield, even with the injuries, are too clogged up for Miles to play.
But Kenny, there's got to be sometimes. There's got to be sometimes
when
when you're at home to Wolves.
I hear what you're saying. The fact is,
but look at Nico Riley playing in midfield for City. They're midfielders. He started 3 or 4 games.
You guys are right.
We've seen Wenger do it though.
Yeah, but you guys are spot on.
But we had a team that had Fabregas. Wenger would even give opportunities to Sonogo. He gave Shamak an opportunity, Eduardo an opportunity. He gave Wellington Silva, Miachi an opportunity. Wenger, one thing that I feel like Wenger's a fair man. He'd always give you an opportunity to break into the team, and he'd use the cups to break you into the team. This manager had players that were playing very well in the cups, which is why we started talking about Skelly and why we started talking about Ethan. And what does this manager do? No, we're going to nullify your development. But that was the route of Saka. This is why we didn't see ESR have his route into the team, because he had favoritism. One thing I loved about Wenger is Wenger would give you opportunities. He was giving Diaby, that was on the bench, injured all the time. People forget that Van Persie had a lot of injuries before he became the Van Persie that we saw.
And a lot of sending offs and stuff as well.
A lot of sending off, a lot of injuries. We saw Van Persie towards the latter stage because of injuries. Under this manager who never get an opportunity.
But guys, the fact is, right, something happened last week, and we haven't even spoken about it. How have we gone from what you guys said, he sees Miles Lewis-Skelly as a midfielder. We've gone from Miles Lewis-Skelly making his midfield debut against Wigan to basically playing at left back, and then at Wolves, when we're struggling, he's not given the opportunity to come on the pitch to play in midfield. So all of a sudden, we've abandoned playing Miles Lewis-Skelly in midfield because Saka's now to save it at number 10. How does that work?
Favoritism.
You know what it is, for me, listen, RVP didn't come from the academy. Don't listen to Igal. You know what I mean? Don't listen to Igal. He didn't come, we bought him. Don't listen to Igal. There you go. There's a comment to reply to that. Let me just say, I just want to say this. The problem with Mikel Arteta is I can't sit here and say that Mikel Arteta can't coach an attack. I saw it in 22-23 season. There's evidence to see that he can coach an attacking team. And a team that didn't win the league and yet scored our most goals in a Premier League campaign, he's shown that he can play it. He's choosing not to play it. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I just look at it like this. What's the correlation between Odegaard and Eze? Playing under Mikel Arteta, we don't get the best out of him. Why is it that no matter what striker we bring in, none of them are reaching 20 goals a season since Aubameyang? Why is it that our midfield looks all over the place? Why is it when he wants to rebuild the midfield, all of a sudden we're losing certain things in our midfield? Why? If you identified that Xhaka was better stripping away his defensive duties, why can't you identify that in Zubimendi? Why can't you identify before when we had Partey that he can't play as a right back? Why can't you identify that Havertz wasn't a midfielder which he played for when he first come to the team as a midfielder for 17, 18 games when he first come to the club? Why can't you identify that maybe you can get more of a tune out of Jesus on the wing? Why can't you realize that Martinelli's not a winger and he's a striker? I want to share something. Now, everybody here, I'm sure-
Northside. Sorry, mate.
Go on.
I was really pre-booked on another show.
Yeah. I know you gotta go.
So sorry.
Kenny's going nuts today, man. She's on with me later as well. Come on.
Yeah. But what's happened is that Chris asked me about a few days ago. Then Northside came and I thought, hang on, I knew YouTube be on. I said, hang on, I'm not going to miss out on this. I knew.
Before you go, Kenny.
Yeah. So I'll see you guys in about a couple of hours. Sorry about that. Oh
no. Thank you for your time, man. All of you, all three of you. Thank you for your time. It's cool, man.
See you. Sorry about that. All right.
Big up, Kenny, man. Big up, man.
Look at that, Nord. Signed by the big man himself.
There you go, man. There you go. You know what I'm saying?
Signed by the big man himself.
Proper. You know what I'm saying? I want to say this. This is the thing when I have an issue with people that don't say the truth and people that gaslight. Now, I'm going to share something. It's a little bit off, but you bear with me. You'll understand where I'm coming from. Now, Jez and Shane, can you please confirm that I'm black?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. This is me when I was born. Hold on. Can you see that? That's how white I am. Look how blurry it is.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I can see it now.
I can see it there at the angle. I can see it. Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Can everybody see that? Yeah. That's me when I was born. Yeah. Everyone can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone can see that, right? Cool. You see this? My mum's only son, me. Yeah. My mum was told that this baby is not me, is me, but that my dad is white. Just so everyone knows, I think everybody kind of knows, yeah? I'm mixed with 3 countries, yeah? That's me when I was born. Even I didn't believe it was me for a second. You know what I'm saying? That's me. I want to make this very, very clear. Now, let's go back to the truth. Now, people told my mum that she cheated on my dad. Let me show you my dad real quick. Let me show you my dad. Yeah? People said that there's no way it could be my dad's son. It looks like a white man's son, and my mum is mixed race. My mum's lighter than me. Yeah? Look at me now. Want everyone to see me now? Yeah? Everyone can see me now? They accused my mum of cheating on my dad and sleeping with a man that's not black like my dad, and I'm not my dad's son, and my mum's a barefaced liar. Do you know how long it took to take out the truth? So I started looking like my dad. 5 years. Now, look at me now. Now look at my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I look like my dad?
Yeah.
Cool. Everyone can confirm that looks like my dad, yeah? Looks like
100%.
Me,
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. You know what my mum said to me? Son, the truth always comes out in the end.
It does, yeah.
And that was one of the biggest things I learned in my life. The truth always comes out in the end. Anyone going to deny that this man doesn't look like me?
Image of you, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But my mum was called a hoe. My mum was called a slag. My mum was called all sorts. Who's going to say that to her face now? And this is one thing that I love about the truth. And I'm saying this because I just want people to realize you can't hide from the truth. The truth is the truth, no matter how you bend it, twist it, turn it, try and manipulate it, no matter what. Clearly, my mum, I'm my dad's son. You can see it. It's not even a debate. And this is why I got a big thing with gaslighters, manipulators, people that don't say the truth. I got a big issue because while you say the truth, people like me. Now let's turn it back to Arsenal. Jez has been called all sorts. Shane has been called all sorts. I've been called all sorts. Views, Rashid, Lee, everybody. I know I'm missing somebody out. You know I'm not trying to miss you out. Everybody. The truth doesn't change because it doesn't suit your narrative. We have been telling you about this manager for a long time. And man don't want to listen. And every single year, and you want to twist it, turn it. No. Like they told my mum, no, that's a white man's son. No, he's not black. How can he be black? Look at him, he looks Asian. You know what I'm saying? To be fair, I do kind of look Asian there. Oh, you look Asian. Yeah? Well, guess what? Do I not look black now? You know what I'm saying? So the truth always comes out. And this is why I don't like liars. Just say the truth. At the end of the day, yeah, in favour of keeping this manager, we have lost so many managers with this backing that would have got us over the line. Enrique, Simeone, Ancelotti. Man talk about Mourinho. Last time I checked, Mourinho has the highest points tally in La Liga history. I thought he's a defensive manager.
Mm-hmm.
With Bale, with Ronaldo, with Benzema, he didn't hold them back. He didn't burn him into the ground the way we see Saka getting burned into the ground. And he went up against the best Barcelona team we've ever seen.
One of the best club sides of all time, if not the best.
Why did they not get burnt out? How are they scoring so many goals? How are they still effective? How are their careers still going on? They're still playing in Saudi. Saka's playing like he's already in Saudi.
Yeah.
The Saka performances I've done my time. I've done my time in the game. I'm done. He's playing like when Hazard, which I rate at Chelsea anyway. When Hazard went to Real Madrid and had the pot belly, that's the way Saka's playing right now under this manager.
He's broken. He's in bits. He's in bits. And that Mourinho thing is a myth anyway. Mourinho, wherever he's gone, he's taken the ethos of that club and just tweaked it a little bit. When he went to Chelsea, he kept the four at the back. He kept the one holding midfielder with Makelele and that. And he just tweaked it a little bit. He brought in a couple of his defenders. At Madrid, he did the same. He's come out recently and said that these younger coaches like Amaran and all, they need to learn that you can't just go in and say, these are my tactics. Everybody plays my tactics. So you have to go in and realise what the club's about. At United, he tweaked it as well. He was 4-4-2 a lot of the time at United, the classic United formation. He wasn't always defensive. He just knew how to see out a game. There's a difference between the Mourinho sort of carry-on, which can be despicable at times, but what we did against Wolves with Trossard waiting 3.5 minutes, dropping to the ground over it. I was embarrassed watching that. I really was. And I hold every club to that standard, by the way. I don't like cheating. But I look at that and I go, that was disgusting. And then the Martinelli giving this giving the 2-1 to the Wolves crowd. The team in 20th, mate. And Martinelli had just put in one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a winger, ever, in my time watching football. It was despicable. And he has the arrogance to do that. But that Mourinho thing's a myth. Yeah, he can be defensive, but he gets shit won. He gets shit won. That's the big difference. This guy has won an FA Cup before he had full control, when he still had players that he had to play that are winners, that have attitude gaze. And ever since then, he's been running upstream. And the problem is that we have to sit here, and I keep saying it. These fans that kept him in a job, there's blood on their hands, man. We could have been so successful. This is the most that Arsenal have spent in this period than every other manager combined in our history. He's had so much money. He's had so many good young players come through. He's had so much backing, so much freedom. He's had City falling off. He's had Chelsea falling off. He's had United falling off, for God's sake. United falling off. Come on, man. You know what I mean? A league without Manchester United challenging you? Give me a break. Come on. And then he's gone and done this, and he's gone and made excuses every single time. And they eat it up. And he is a compulsive liar. He needs to be checked. The most recent press conference, they said about, the new manager bounce. Oh, well, it's the 7th time it's happened, guys, to me this season, so we're used to it. Only 6 teams have sacked their manager. You know what I mean? We played a new manager bounce twice. He just has to lie, and they sit there and take it. All the cantons and all, they sit there and take it off, and they don't question him. And it's getting to the point now where it's, do you know what? A couple of tough questions were asked you, and you didn't like it. You better if you don't win on Sunday, mate, get ready for some more, because there's only so much you can get away with. And it comes a point when it'll turn. And I said in the summer, I thought we'd capitulate. I genuinely did. I thought we'd finish 4th. And I thought that what's happening now would happen earlier. And I thought Chelsea would be better. And I thought Newcastle would be better and all that sort of stuff. But what I did predict was once it really starts coming off the tracks, he'll start getting asked tough questions, because he's never had pressure like this before. It's never been you have to win now. It's always process, progress, all of that. And you will see him. He will throw everybody under the bus. When it really starts to fall apart, he'll throw everybody under the bus. Players, Edu, he'll go back to all of that, and everything will be everybody else's fault. And I'm with Kenny. I think even if he wins, there's a chance that he'll leave in a year or two. I don't think he's cut out for it, really. And I can't wait to see him go somewhere else and prove our point. And just to finish on what you were saying, North, about the truth always comes out. I've always said this. 10, 15 years from now, however long it will be, when all the autobiographies start coming out of these players, so many of them will condemn him for absolutely running them into the ground. The truth about him will come out in time about what a tyrant he is. And I am certain of that. There's no way he can be doing what he's doing and not get found out for it, because I think he's a disgrace of a man. And I think he's a terrible manager as well. But mostly I just think he's a horrible person. And people say, oh, you have to like him. I don't have to like him. I don't
think
like him.
saying that, look, most of us have read a lot of the books, Wenger's, Adams, Merson, their autobiographies, all that. And if you actually analyse what some of the stuff that Arteta said, mentioning Arteta, he sort of almost, without stating it, alludes to the fact that he didn't like him.
Yeah.
He didn't. I mean, fuck knows why he bought him. I've no idea why Wenger bought him. But at the end of the day, it's quite obvious from some of the statements by past players, they never respected Arteta because of his attitude.
A little lickers, yeah.
And we're now sat in a position here after 6 years. 7 years this December coming, that we've had to sit and listen to this bullshit, seeing shit football, seeing him ruin players, disrespect players that have achieved stuff in football. He disrespected the player in Aubameyang that won him the fucking FA Cup, and he binned him off. What does that say to you? What does that tell you about him as a person? Now, I've never met Mikel Arteta. I don't want to meet Mikel Arteta. I've no ambition to meet him. I don't hate him. I dislike him because of what he's done to this football club. Because at the end of the day, this was once a great, great, great football club. Standards, achievement. But all of a sudden, we got infested. It's like, I called it. I called it 5 years ago. 5 years ago on Lee Gunner's channel. This man is a cancer in the club. And I've been proven right. He is a cancer in the club. He destroys players.
He's using us, Jez. Like, you know, when you have those dads that have a kid and the dad never made it in football and he's pushing his son,
Yeah.
And you see that it's more from the dad than from the child. And it's like, I want to live my life through the child. Or maybe like a musician, like Michael Jackson's dad, who is pushing it, and they have the talent. But you can see it's kind of like, I didn't make it. I want you to make it. I'm going to whoop you and beat you. And you got to do this and you got to do that. That's what I feel like Arteta. I feel like he's trying to make up for his lack of achievement in his playing days through being a manager. You look at Patrick Vieira. He's not the greatest manager. He's cool with that. I've won everything. I don't need to prove anything. I did it in Italy. I did it in England. I don't need to prove anything. Really and truly, I'm cool. Like, this was something to do after my professional career. You look at, even people laugh at Neville, yeah? Cool, he failed at Valencia, and he did. He's won everything. You think he cares? I'll be a pundit. I'll be a pundit. I'm not good enough, I'll step away. Humility, because I've already done it in the game. You look at Henry doing this, training. Oh, he's in the Bundesliga. He's in France. He's doing this and that. Henry's like, yo, I can step away, bro. my name is a brand. I don't have to do it as a manager, because at the end of the day, I have enough humility to say I'm not the top manager. I can step away. You look at Rooney. You look at Roy Keane. Yeah. How many times Roy Keane said to the player, listen, I've done my career. Roy Keane is the name, is the brand. Everybody knows what I stand on. You know what I represent. League titles, Champions Leagues. I've done my thing. I don't have nothing to prove to you lot. Can Mikel Arteta say that? No, he can't. You step away right now, you ain't won nothing. But what did you win in your playing career? Not enough to have the ego that you have. Not enough to have the ego that you're presenting.
It's like he's trying to prove the ego, North, isn't it? He's trying to get. He's trying to prove why he's so cocky and he can't do it.
Oh, I can do it. Because the only time you've touched Premier League is if you try to do it through management. You never did it as a player. You never did it. Do you know what I'm saying? Kevin Keegan went back to Newcastle. Kevin Keegan, bro. Isn't he the only British player to win the Ballon d'Or twice?
Yeah, twice in a row, Hamburg, yeah.
You know, I'm nothing to prove. He goes, I love it if we'll beat them. Well, guess what? Kevin Keegan's Kevin Keegan. Don't chat to Kevin Keegan. Trophy on the table. Yeah? You talk to Kevin Keegan, be quiet. Yeah? Be quiet. You don't
he
need
walked
to
away from England, Lord, when he early on in the qualifying.
If Ronaldo or Messi turn into managers, let's just say hypothetically, they turn into managers. Ronaldo and Messi say, oh, we're going to do you think they give a shit if they fail as managers? Bro, I've already proved everything. I don't don't need to chat to you. Adriano don't need to chat to you. R9 doesn't need to talk to you. Roberto Carlos doesn't need to talk to you. Ronaldinho don't need to talk to you. Do what I did as a player. You can't talk to me. Are you mad? I've got more trophies than some clubs. Some of these players have got more trophies than clubs. Yeah. You want to talk to me? Oh, he's a failure. I can step back. It's okay, because I've already done my thing. Arteta knows that this is his only legacy, and he's trying to build his legacy through Arsenal. Respectfully, yeah, you were a B-Tech Fabregas. That's what, and I wouldn't even say a B-Tech. You're a C or D-Tech Fabregas, because I remember Fabregas cooking, and he was injured. I remember Fabregas telling us that he was looking in the coach, looking like, oh, if this team don't move forward, I'm moving. I remember when he was with the Spanish national team and they're trying to put the Barca shirt on him and he's trying to be respectful because he wanted to win with Arsenal. That guy loved Arsenal. But he had enough of the failure, and really and truly, he was correct. He had enough. This football club had the audacity not to give Ashley Cole the money. And David Dean's come out here and said one of the biggest regrets he had was not giving Ashley Cole the money that he deserved. And he said it was a disrespect because I deserved that money. And he did deserve that money. He deserved it. Mum won the league with us. Mum was saying, I'm happy to stay. This club has disrespected us as fans numerous times. Adi Bayor getting sent to play with the youngsters because you pussies are saying that he has to be sold. Why does he have to be sold? And then when he slides against us in a protest to F you, Wenger, that you're disrespecting me, we're all booing him. He didn't deserve that abuse. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to speak for myself. He didn't deserve it. Because he wanted to stay at this club. And we're the ones pushing him out, saying, no, you're going to be sold. Was he wrong? Was Nasri wrong? Was Haleb wrong? Well, Alex Song that took over after Fabregas, was he wrong? Was he wrong? Because all these players have left, and yet I still see the same mentality. So as much as Arsenal fans, sometimes we have to take our heart back a little bit and say, do you know what, yeah? Were they wrong? Because let's remember, Sol Campbell, I'm paraphrasing, he said he came to Arsenal because he saw, I can't win majors with Tottenham, I want to come to Arsenal. Once upon a time, players come to Arsenal because they knew they're going to win majors.
Yeah.
Who wants to come to Arsenal now to win majors? Declan Rice left West Ham because he ain't in the conversation to win what he can win with Arsenal. In the conversation. And this guy's saying, what did he say a couple of weeks ago? I'm effing sick of this shit. Why is he saying that? I don't know if he supported Arsenal before, and it's irrelevant. How long has he been here as a player? He ain't been there that long. And he's saying
Chelsea fan.
As a player, he's saying he's sick of this shit. As a player, bro. We are looking at Aubameyang, and he's like, yo, looking around, yo, what, am I the only gunman here? So we're not supporting us. We went out there, this whole fan base twerked when we got Ozil. I was happy when we got Ozil. What do we do? We got Ozil, we get Alexis Sanchez, job done, let's relax. We don't need anything else. What are you talking about? When we got Alexis Sanchez, people were saying that Di Maria to Man United was the better signing. Let's not forget that. Alexis Sanchez couldn't get into the Barca squad because he had MSN. I don't forget, bro. So he came over to us. We allowed him to shine. Arteta allowed him to shine. And what do we do? What do we reward? Well, we're not going to push on. If you want to go Man City or Man United, we'll let them battle it out. This is the mentality, yeah, of my football club, of our football club. We used to have Canu, Overmars, Gilberto, Torre, Lauren. Are you mad? Do you know the ballers that we had here? French players used to look at us and say, you know what, if we're leaving France, we're going there, we're going to Arsenal.
Yeah.
This French, they don't want to play for us. Chouameni don't want to play here. Camavinga don't want to play here. These players don't want to play here. Mbappe don't want to play here. Who wants to play here? We had Anelka, Henry. These men want to play it. Play it for what? Play it for what? If you're good enough, you're going to get that money elsewhere. I keep saying this. When you keep throwing money at players, yeah, it's a limit. Because when you're a top player, well, you get that at PSG, you get that at Barca, you get at Bayern, you get at Barca, you get at Real Madrid. Who gives a shit about the money? They're bigger clubs. They got bigger fan base. Well, I'm going to stay here at Arsenal. At Arsenal for what? Well, you can offer me money. Well, guess what? That only works if the player is only interested in money. If he wants legacy, he's going there. If you want comfortability, you come here. Imagine, this is the environment that we created. We got Fabregas from La Masia. La Masia. And this guy is showing us more respect, trying to see what we're going to do. And he said, I can't do it no more. I can't do it anymore. I'm looking around and I'm seeing Man United strengthening, Chelsea strengthening, Man City strengthening, everybody strengthening. And what are we doing? I'll tell you, well, maybe we can get a £5 million player. Shut the fuck up. This club used to be respected. Do you know how much we was respected? They used to call us the English Barcelona for the way that we played. Anybody remember the performance from Wilshere against Barcelona?
Yeah.
Man clapping him. What a performance against Xavi and Iniesta. Wilshere, you know. Jack Wilshere, bro.
This is who we had a manager that wasn't afraid to throw a kid in to play, though. That's the difference.
This is
he wouldn't
how
have played
we
it under Arteta.
This is how we used to be respected. And now, these guys, well, Rafinha, I'd rather go Barcelona. Oh, Isak, I'd rather go Newcastle. Buendia, I'd rather go to Villa. Arsenal, you man are crazy.
I've been saying that for so long, Northside. I said this 3 years ago, right? I said this to you. I said it to Lee 3 years ago. What top flight player wants to play for Arteta?
No self-respecting player, Jez, no.
Well, why? I mean, look, let's these players talk to each other, whether they're in a group chat or when they're in international duty, right? Aubameyang, when he was on international duty, right, he's going to talk to his teammates. They're going to say, how's he going at Arsenal? And he's going to say, don't fucking go there. The manager's an idiot. The manager's an arsehole. Especially when he put him out, right? Put him into wouldn't even let him train with the main squad. He put him into a separate, right, training centre. Yeah, local gym. How disrespectful is that to do to your best striker? You know what I'm saying? I mean, so these people, when they're in the closed season, in the summer, going on holiday, whatever they do, yeah, and when they're on international duty, they're not going to sit there and go, oh, fucking Arteta, oh, wow, what a fucking manager, brilliant guy. Oh, they're going to say, don't bother going there, boys. Especially when they leave, right, when Aubameyang left. Do you think he's going to big up Arteta? When he went off, right, and left and went back to Spain, yeah? Do you think he's going to big up Arteta? He's going to say, no, he's an absolute see you next Tuesday.
Jez, when he left to go see his mum, and then this manager hung him out. He went to go see his mum. Yep. His mum. I don't care if he's fucking 3 days. I don't care if he misses a flipping game. It's your mum, bro. I don't give a shit. No, real talk. I love Arsenal, but my mum. Yeah. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I'll miss the whole season. I don't care. It's my mum, bro. We shouldn't even be having a conversation about, oh, Aubameyang, you're missing. And he came out and said, yo, it was my mum. And I went back to see who she was. And you know how it goes with family. All of us can know how it goes with family. Yeah. You go meet them and you say to her, listen, I might just go see them. Things happen. Oh, you know what? She got a bit poorer. Maybe she's not well. Bro, are we really doing this? Classy Arsenal.
He was looking to get rid of him from the day he came in, Nord.
Yeah, of course he was.
All of those players.
That's like me saying to one of you guys, yeah, or you saying to me, you invite me on your channel, and you say to me, and I say, yo, I'm going to go see my mum, I'll make it for the stream. And then I don't make it for the stream. Oh, North's a prick. Look, he went to go, I told him he has to be here, because I'm paid. Let's just say, hypothetically, you're paying me, hypothetically. Yeah, I'm paying him. Why is he not here? It's my mum, bro. It's my mum. I don't need to justify anything else. It's my mum, bro.
Yeah.
This is classy, yeah? This is classy.
But he wanted all those players out, Nord, from when he came in. It was clear. Guendouzi grabbed someone by the neck, putting up for his teammate, by the way. A month later, he never plays again. A month later, Xhaka does it, he gets made captain. Exact same thing. You know what I mean? He wanted him out. He wanted Emi Martinez out. He wanted Ozil out, and he wanted Aubameyang out. He wanted all the players that had a bit of attitude out. And he just waited for the first chance to do it. And everybody backed him and clapped him and said, oh, it's brilliant. Bringing back standards.
Guendouzi, did you just say Guendouzi as well?
Yeah.
I mean, what he did to him.
Yeah. He did the same thing that Xhaka did. Grabbed someone by the neck. Xhaka got made captain. Guendouzi never played again. It madness. It was clear. It was clear. That's when I already knew that this wasn't the guy. I said, he's got double standards. He's got favourites. And he's still got favourites. And the funny thing is, he's ruining the careers of his favourites by running them into the ground. It's disgraceful.
I don't know, man. Listen, to wrap it up, big up for you guys' time. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. Links are in the title. Jez and Shane, make sure you're subscribing. Subscribe to the real ones, man. You know what I mean? We've got an uphill battle against these lot that are trying to finesse the thing. So make sure you're supporting them. Link is, there's no excuse not to subscribe. Link is in the title. It's pinned. Before we wrap up, Jez, what's your prediction this season for Arsenal? League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. What do we win?
Oh, man. Oof. Well, I'm going to go with my head, not my heart. I think Carabao Cup, League Cup final. We haven't got a great record at the League Cup final. And this time of year, we all know what happens with Man City. It's been time in, right? This is when they start to put the hammer down. They've done it for so many seasons, and we're up against it now. I think we've got a deflated squad. I think the team are like not 100% on it. They're not fit. It's going to be a tough ask. I want us to win the League Cup. Yeah, I've only ever seen us win 2 League Cups. I've seen us lose a load, but I've only ever seen us win 2. So I want us to win it. I'm not convinced we will. To be honest, you North, I don't think we'll win it. I don't think so. I don't. I think Man City will be kicking on. They'll be firing on all 12 cylinders. We're spluttering and missing on our 6 cylinders right now. I hate to say it, but the FA Cup for me is the one I love. I love the FA Cup. It's always been the one back in the day for me. As a little kid, my first ever cup final was 71. Will we get there? Probably not. Probably not. The manager is desperate and he will throw anything into the fire. But I don't trust him. I do not trust him because I think we're going to have players breaking down. If we lose Declan Rice, right, we're fucked. We are absolutely done. And that'll be done and dusted. Reference the league. Well, if we throw this one away again and come 4th again, it's a record. No other team in English football history has come 4th. Second 4 times.
Second 4 times. Yeah.
But that's no record I want. I don't want that. I don't want that on Arsenal's outside the Emirates. Oh, well, we come 4th. We came 2nd, 4th, 4 times. You know, what achievement is that? And yet there are people out there that accept that. That's an achievement. Oh, well, we came 2nd 4 times on the row. Yeah, and one more. Well, who's going to remember that in 20 years' time?
It's embarrassing.
No one. No one's going to remember that. In a pub quiz in 20 years' time, somebody's going to say, oh, and 2022, 23, 24, 25, 26. What was the team that came 2nd 4 times in the round? And people going, well, I don't fucking know, to be honest. But people
can't be one of the big teams.
So who wants to be a millionaire? Do 50-50. Can I call a friend?
Yeah.
Mate, I'll be honest with you. Right now, I'm worried. I'll tell you what. I don't even want to think about tomorrow. If we lose tomorrow,
even a draw, Jez. If City have won a draw, tomorrow's disastrous.
I will have the biggest meltdown ever on YouTube because I swear down, we can't lose tomorrow. My prediction is 2-1 to Arsenal. I think we just have the edge. But I swear, if we fucking draw or lose, dear God Almighty, you don't want to be watching me on a fucking Fan Cam League Gunners channel. I swear down. I swear down. Honestly, and I will do a show about it on my own at some point, like I did last night. Random one I did last night. I was sat here on my own, and I just thought, "Fuck it, I'm going to do a show tonight. Just do it." Bing. I like doing it like that.
Yeah.
You know. But I swear down, Norths. Honestly, man. You know, we're sat here, right? It's so annoying. We're sat here, right? We should be going, fucking hell, Tottenham tomorrow. Come on, man. Walk in the park. It's a walk in the park, man. You know, we should be sitting there going, oh, we won the league twice at your ground, boys. You know, they could tomorrow night be going, you lost the league at White Hart Lane. They'll be singing that to us. Thank you very much for that, Arteta. Thank you for that one. Because at the end of the day, that puts them one over on us. And I don't think you get quite what it means to me. Oh, you do. But fucking hell, man. I swear. You know, this is to me the big one, the big games. And I know they're not our competition rivals. This is tribal now. This is tribal. This is where the war comes from. This is where it was back in the day. Yeah, and I want it so big, so fucking big, right? It means so much to me. Yeah. But chill. Tomorrow we got to win. We got to win, boys. And anyway, no, sorry I delayed. I went off target there.
No.
It's just passion with me. Sorry about that.
No. Don't be sorry. Never be sorry. It's raw passion, and we all express our passion in different ways. And some people don't like it. Some people don't like the way I speak or the way I clip up. I saw someone complaining, bitching, and moaning. Oh no, why'd you keep clipping up people? I wasn't even clipping them up. It was just a live stream on the beach. But why you keep clipping up people? Well, we have to, because I get gaslit. Jez gets gaslit. Shane gets gaslit. All of us have been on panels. People have been rude to Jez, that we won't mention their name. People have been rude to Shane, which we won't name. People call us three names, and we're just a small part of it. There's a lot more of us. And what they don't like is we're not going to let it slide anymore. We've had enough. They've had their time in the sun, being on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, spewing their bullshit. And all three of us are sat there before we started our channels. Listen, oh yeah, we're mates. Oh, okay, trust the pros. Oh yeah, no. Now we're speaking up. No, we've had enough now, and we're not going to take our foot off their neck, because at the end of the day, why should we take our foot off their neck? Because when we're on panel shows, and this is the biggest disrespect with them, when we're on panel shows with them, they never let us land. Jez gets cut up all the time. I've seen it. I've watched it. Shane gets cut up all the time. Christian tell him, oh no, I don't agree. No, you're talking crazy. Yes, we have to do double the work that they do. We don't get the clickbait. We don't get the quick subs. We don't get the Arsenal scary, because we keep it true. We have to do double the work. We keep it real. When things go good, yeah. Oh, what you lot saying now? Jez, what you saying? Shane, what you saying? Yeah, what you saying now? And then now when we speak on it, well, hold on. Jez, you were rude. Igal, you've been chatting shit. Gone back to back with me at the end of the season, which I cooked you. Yeah. Christian, you were rude with me when I was on the panel with you. You know what I'm saying? Not letting me speak. You didn't let you were going back to back with Shane. Yeah. All you man talking all this strict, all these man. Now that we want to speak, guys, we're tired of you clipping. No. In life, what goes around comes back around. You lot speak a lot during the season. Now it's our time to speak humility. Where was the humility when you told us October champions?
Yeah.
Where was the humility when Jez is talking about his experience as an Arsenal fan that's seen more games, has been to the stadium, has invested more money than you've ever invested in Arsenal, yeah, has seen more managers, yeah. Well, why can't he speak? Shane's older than me, yeah. When Shane speaks, I'll be quiet. When Jez speaks, someone put in the comment, oh North, you let your panel speak. I'm not speaking over Jez. I'm not speaking over Shane. I ain't speaking over Kenny Ken. No. There may be a situation I don't agree with them. I don't agree when Lee says if he wins the A Cup, he can keep his job. I don't agree. That's my guy.
Get him out.
No, I disagree with Lee, and I've told him. So people can clip it because he knows I already told him to his face. And no, I don't agree. £1 billion for one cup. No, Lee, I disagree. That's my guy. But I disagree with you. You think I'm going to... Bro, these men have seen more than me. Yes, I have my opinion. Yeah, I may not agree with a certain opinion of them. But at the end of the day, we hear each other out. I've seen both of these guys and subscribe to them because the link is up there. We're going to get Shane to close up and say his opinion, what we're going to win. Subscribe to them. If you're watching this channel, listen, we go against the grain. Let me just say this. We go against the grain. They don't want to hear our opinion. They want to shut us down. We're not getting invited. Not that we want to, because I don't give a shit about going on Sky Sports. We ain't getting invited to Sky Sports. We ain't getting invited to ESPN. We ain't getting those gigs. You know why? Because it's not the voice that they want to hear. They want to hear a gal. They want to hear Hook say that it's in the bag in October. They want to hear all these men just talking all this stuff. That's what they want to hear. They want to hear us. So if you don't subscribe, yeah, and you don't back it, yeah, what do you think is going to happen? Look, there's a bimbo right now in the comment section. Man can't factually say that I'm wrong in anything I've said about this club, yeah? But man was like, you're a fool. Why are you watching me?
Yeah. It always gets personal. It always gets personal.
Why are you watching me? You man that watch and support not just my shows, Jez, Shane, because we say it from the heart how we truly see it, bro. Yeah? And all three of us are sat here, yeah, and said, we will give Arteta his dues if he wins us a major. We're not against celebrating the manager if he wins. But we don't change our standards for what we had for Unai and what we said from flipping Arteta. We don't change our standards, bro. These men will do it. These men changed the standards for Unai. When it was Unai, 5th was unacceptable. Arteta, 8th and 8th, that was okay. We're building.
Yep.
These men, they'll move the goalpost. So if you, man, respect what Jez has said, what Shane has said, and what they stand on, subscribe to them. Watch their content. There's enough time to watch us. Even if you don't watch the whole thing, subscribe, bro. Because they don't want to hear our voice, bro. They don't. You see us, all of us, yeah? They don't want to hear this. Top Gooners don't want to say this. They're saying this right now because it's popular and they can't spin it. They can't spin it because if they could use VAR, they would have used it. If they could use the punter, they would use it. If they could use Arteta's only been in the job for 1 year, they'd be using it right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So subscribe to these guys. Because you, at the end of the day, yeah, if you want this club to be great, that's what we stand on. And if we're lying and this manager wins a major honor, then come back to me, come back to Jez, come back to Shane and say, yo, what you guys saying? Because I bet you any money, Jez is going to be too busy with a nice bottle of wine. Shane's going to probably have an Irish whiskey or rum or whatever he's drinking, you know what I'm saying, and a cigar, and we're all going to, we don't care. This is what we wanted. So with all that being said, I'm going to shut my mouth. Shane, what do you see us winning? And shout out your channel, bro.
No, big up having me on. Yeah, Shane Gooner, every morning, 10:30. I'll be on again at 8 o'clock tonight for Off Topic. I know it clashes with the City game, but Jez will be on with me. We're just going to be discussing players that never reached their full potential. It's a bit of a breakaway from talking about current events. It's a nice one. What's his Kenny will be on and Gianni as well, two absolute legends. But yeah, I sat down with Jez on his channel. I think it was right before the season started. And we were, and Jez and me were discussing what we think will win, and we said the league will burn out with injuries. We both agreed on that. And then we thought both domestic cups, as soon as we get a tough away fixture, that we'd go out and we said Champions League, maybe quarterfinal, semi-final. I haven't changed my mind on any of it. We are burning out. I think when I look at, someone said to me the other day, oh, Cherky's fallen off a cliff, he's out of form. No. He was in great form, and then he wasn't on the pitch anymore. Why? Because Pep does this every year. He takes 2 or 3 players, he holds them back, and then he unleashes them for the last 10 games, and they go off on one. He did it with Mahrez, he did it with Gundogan, he did it with a different season, did it with Sané 1 year. This is what he does, right? He has players ready, raring to go. He's been playing kids in midfield so other players can get fit. And I just see that final being a bopping, and I have a really bad feeling for it. Because if we're this tired now, imagine how tired we'll be in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. They're all falling apart. So I still think that the league's going to fall apart. A final's a flip of a coin. It's a flip of a coin, so you never know. We could just lock up and we could just, end up getting something out of it. I don't think so, but you never know. But I don't think we'll win. I'm going to stick with what I said at the start of the season. I don't think this manager will win anything this season. I really don't. So for me, FA Cup, I think once we get a tough away draw with all the games crowded in around it, it's going to be tough. Champions League, I think once we meet again someone tough and with the tiredness and all of that sort of, it'll kick in. But yeah, for me, I'm going to stick with what I said at the start. I don't think we're winning anything, sadly. If we do, I'll be delighted, but I don't think we are, unfortunately.
No, I hear it, man. I hear it. Listen, big up to everyone that's looked in. Go on, just.
Can I just make a parting comment here, right? Look at all you little muppets. AFC for life, right? Yeah, I got done. I got slashed. Yeah. I've also got scars on my head. There's one there. There. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bottle at Chelsea. Yeah. I also lost all my front teeth at 23rd December 1978 at Tottenham. Where the fuck were you? Were you there? Were you on the terraces? Were you fighting for your club? I didn't want to, but sometimes, because that's what you had to do. You weren't there. You'd run AFC for life. You would run, right? Because at the end of the day, you're a coward. Because all you do is sit in the back chat, right, giving it all the big large, yeah? And as for Stricto, after we had our debate, yeah, I actually said to him, yeah, that Tuesday night, I said to him, I'll be at Arsenal Tube on Friday the 14th of December. If you want to come and talk to me, come and fucking talk to me. Yeah? I'll be there because I'm going on a Christmas do. Did he turn up? No, he didn't. I was there. I was waiting. Because he wanted to give it all the mouth. Yeah? And I love people that give it all the mouth because they're the ones that do nothing. Yeah? It's the quiet ones that are the dangerous ones. Yeah? At the end of the day, Stricto is nothing. Yeah, he's a big fat fuck, right? Who probably couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. Yeah, likes to mouth it. Yeah, on shoot. He likes to try and bully people. He didn't bully me. Yeah, can I give it back to him? I offered him. I said, you want to come and talk to me? Come and fucking talk to me. Yeah. I've had fights with bigger people than Stricto at football. Don't worry about that. Yeah? Because at the end of the day, if you fight dirty, you fight fucking dirty. And I fight dirty. And I'm not actually a very nice person if you want to take me on. But at the end of the day, I'm a very nice person when I'm talking to intelligent people like Northside, Shane, Kenny Ken, Lee Gunner, and all those other YouTubers. When you got little muggles like you, who haven't got a fucking clue about football, you ain't got a fucking clue about this Arsenal Football Club, you don't know nothing about what any of us here, us three, know about football. Yeah? Shut up, go away, go back to bed, have a wank about Arteta, because that's what we all do, right? Leave it out, piss off. We don't want to know about people like you. Come back and talk to me. Come back and talk to me at the end of the season, right, when it's all gone tits up again. And if you want to meet up with me at Arsenal Tube, I'll meet you. I'll fucking meet you, mate. I ain't got a problem with it. Because I'll stand up and go toe-to-toe with any fucker at the end of the day. I really don't care. So, fuck off.
Well, there you go. Like I said, man keeps saying he's coming to Barca. I'm still at Barca. Did anyone check? Oh, yeah, I was live on the beach. Doesn't look like I'm hiding. It's not very hard. I'm streaming on the beach. But like I said, man can act as hard as you want online. I'm still where I am, 2 minutes away from the beach. Whenever you want to come and G-check me, come G-check me. There's no problem. There's absolutely no problem at all.
By the way, I've just gone up 4 years. I'm 64, actually, you fucking twat. You might be 26. You might be 26. I'll still put you on your fucking arse, son. You don't know how to fight. You do not know how to fight.
It is what it is. It is what it is, Jez. He knows exactly I'm 2 minutes away from the beach. Apparently, he was in Barcelona. Why didn't you make a live stream and say, yo, North, where you at? I would have met you at the beach. No problem. No problem at all. But instead, I was in Barca, didn't record it, didn't do no live stream, nothing. But apparently I was in Barca. Okay, then. Like I said, I'm at the beach all the time. Summertime's coming. It's not very hard to find me. I'm at the beach. And you got to show me how gangster you are. because I'm at the beach. I'm not hiding. I'm at the beach. Everybody that saw my live stream before this one, I'm at the beach. I'm not running anywhere. And I'll continue to be in the beach all summer. But anyway, like I said, big up to Jez, big up to Shane. Links are in the title. And it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm saying you clip it for him. You tell him, because I already told him to his face when I was live stream with him. So you go run around. Oh, Stricto, yeah, I've already told him, bro. You know what I'm saying? If that's what he wants, you can find me at the beach. It is what it is. Big up to everyone that's locked in. We're redirecting to Omar, doing the hate along to Real Madrid, losing 1-0 at the moment. And it's down to all these people to show me how gangster they are. We're on the way out. Subscribe to Jez, subscribe to Shane. And yeah, you'll find me live streaming at the beach. I'm out. Love.
Yeah, mate.